And a very pleasant good morning. It's Chris Shublin here on 1320 WJAS. We are here with Citizens Bank, our great friends, and their Gear for Grades project that supports the efforts of the Homeless Children's Education Fund. Our friend Bill Wolfe is here with me once again. Bill, we meet like this same time every year, and this is a great cause because Citizens Bank has, for the last few weeks, been collecting school supplies, and they've loaded them into backpacks. Those backpacks are on buses, and they're ready to go out to the kids who need them the most.
That's right, Chris, and we cannot be more thankful to Citizens and the employees of Citizens for what they do for us every year. Today we'll be distributing over 2,300 backpacks to homeless providers throughout Allegheny County. It's a great cause and a great work that Citizens does for us.
Sounds like we're going to get a police escort, which is important as well. Senator Wayne Fontana is here with us this morning as well. Senator, what a great cause this is, and I know there are so many kids in need in Allegheny County.
Well, there certainly is. Allegheny County has a few thousand. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has about 30,000. And believe it or not, there's over 1 million in the United States. So this is a great cause here in Allegheny County, and also want to thank Citizens for bringing a focus on an issue that's out there that people sometimes don't know that's out there. And we're more than happy to be here today. I'm thrilled to be here to help with the backpacks and get this out to the children.
Bill, tell me about some of the things that are included in the backpacks this year.
Chris, the backpacks are actually set up to be age appropriate. So younger backpacks will have crayons, coloring materials, learning material for young kids, and then all the way up to 8th grade where the backpacks will have composition books, calculators. So the children that will receive these backpacks will go on that first day of school with a greater confidence and a better ability to learn and adapt to the school year. So again, we couldn't be happier.
They'll have what they need to get educated and get off on the right foot and get a great start this year. Senator Fontana, thank you so much. Bill Wolfe, we'll talk to you in a little while. Homeless Children's Education Fund and their great kids benefiting from the work of Citizens Bank here this morning. I'm Chris Shublin on 1320 WJAS. Once again, welcome back to downtown Pittsburgh, and thank you, Mr. Bogut. We are here at Citizens Bank headquarters downtown with their Gear for Grades project, and we are with County Executive Rich Fitzgerald. Rich, I think that everybody in town, everybody in the county knows from your campaign ads when you were running for county executive how important education is in your house.
It absolutely is, and as the Fitzgerald family gets ready to go back to school, like the rest of Allegheny County gets ready to go back to school, this is a great opportunity, and we appreciate WJAS and Citizens Bank really stepping up, providing over 2,300 full backpacks for kids around Allegheny County so that when they start school in a week or two, they're going to be ready to go.
And, you know, on a serious note, a lot of folks are having a tough time out there. A lot of families are having tough times, and education is key to turning that around because the kids have promise when it comes to education, and they have a future when it comes to education.
It is. It absolutely is. And the fact is, if we don't give our kids the opportunities when they're young, you know, with education and with a bedrock of a solid foundation, you know, then when they become adults, then they become problems that they can't help. But, you know, we have a lot of good support. We got Senator Fontana here, who's been absolutely part of the Children's Homeless Network, and Joe Lagana. The Homeless Children's Network has really reached out into the community and been helpful for some of the folks that we don't always see and don't always make the news, but they're out there and they need our help, and this is a great program to do that.
It's one thing about Pittsburgh, one thing about Allegheny County. We won't let anybody slip through the cracks here, will we?
We don't. We've always been known for our charity and our ability to reach out and our willingness to reach out and help people in need. And this is another way, and the fact that we're going to be distributing these backpacks today, again, giving kids, you know, they can show up with pride, with new materials, new binders, new pencils, new supplies to go to school, and they won't have to feel bad, and that's a good way to start the school year.
I know the government has to be very appreciative of Citizens Bank because this is something the government doesn't have to fund. Citizens Bank comes in here, they get their customers, and even people who aren't customers of Citizens Bank to donate all this, and then they put it together and send it out. So it has to be a great partnership between the county and a great business like Citizens Bank to do this.
It is. You're absolutely right, Chris, because as we see government cutbacks, as there's not enough money in state and federal government, we see our corporate community stepping up. And what Citizens is doing here is absolutely terrific. It's part and parcel of the fabric of Pittsburgh, the fabric of Western Pennsylvania. Citizens is showing their willingness and their corporate citizenship to help out in the community, even though it's not their customers. It's helping the needs of the community, and we're very proud of what Citizens is doing.
All right, County Executive Fitzgerald, thank you so much for stopping by this morning. Thank you for what you're doing to help out too.
All right, Chris, good deal. And tell those kids, use those backpacks, study hard, get good grades, and stay here in Pittsburgh when you grow up.
You just sent the message. That's good stuff. All right, we're here at Citizens Bank. Gear for Grades is the project, and we're helping the Homeless Children's Education Fund on 1320 WJAS. We're here again in downtown Pittsburgh for the Homeless Children's Education Fund, and Board Chair Rob DeOrio is with me right now, right in front of Citizens Bank headquarters. Rob, we know what this means to your organization and all the kids that benefit from the Homeless Children's Education Fund, and there are way too many of them who do, unfortunately. But fortunately, you're there to help out. But still, Citizens Bank is doing just such a great service for your group here this morning, and really for everybody in Allegheny County.
Absolutely, and you know, it's such a great partnership that we have with Citizens Bank. We're so grateful to them for this commitment, to their employees, their customers who help bring in the supplies and donations. It's just a remarkable day all around.
It truly is. And we have Seth Hufford with us. He's the Chief of Staff with Chelsea Wagner. And Seth, again, you know, I was talking with County Executive Fitzgerald earlier. This is so great that government doesn't have to necessarily get involved. It's lending a hand, but this is no government dollars. This is the people donating. Citizens Bank giving their time and doing the backpacks and giving their effort. And now the buses are being loaded right now. We can hear the wheels going by us with the carts loading those buses so the kids can get educated.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a great effort. We're really happy to be a part of it, thanks to Citizens Bank and all they do and all their customers. But it's really important that we provide for the most needy in our society, and this is a great partnership in showing where you know, the nonprofit community can really step up and really provide for our citizens.
Let's go back to Rob. Rob, how big of a problem is homelessness in Allegheny County, in Pittsburgh?
Well, you know, it really is a big problem, and unfortunately it's an unknown problem, especially when we're dealing with kids. The numbers are, when people hear the numbers, you know, that there were 1,700 homeless kids in Allegheny County alone last year. It's just, you know, it's a heartbreaking problem, and really helping these kids get their education and get through school is really the way to help break this cycle of homelessness and poverty. And you know, through partnerships with Citizens Bank and the other programs that we do at HCEF, really giving these kids a chance, and you know, as our motto says, hope through learning.
And Seth, you know, we don't think of those kinds of numbers, and when we do hear them, they're staggering.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a problem that needs all of our attention. And again, the donations will be going to 22 shelters across Allegheny County. So I appreciate everyone coming out and giving attention to this problem.
Rob, I know your organization does so much more, but this project is so meaningful, particularly at this time of the year. We're talking about the kids are really getting ready to go back to school in the next few days. I know a lot of schools are opening this week, and these items are getting right to their hands today, and it's going to be a jump start on their education this year.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, and it's the things we tend to take for granted, the basic supplies, backpacks, notebooks, pencils, paper. You know, it's things that, you know, you don't think of that kids would need, that makes a world of difference for these kids, and really, as you said, gives them a jump start on the school year and really helps them prepare for the school year and prepare for their education.
All right, thanks to both of you for all you do. Again, this is Gear for Grades. This is the project conducted by our friends at Citizens Bank. We are here on the streets of downtown Pittsburgh, packing those school buses with all this great stuff going to those great kids to get them a jump start on the school year. Chris Shublin here, 1320 WJAS. 1320 WJAS, right at the doorstep of Citizens Bank headquarters in downtown Pittsburgh for Gear for Grades, this great project benefiting the Homeless Children's Education Fund. Danielle Boston is here with me right now. She's got the green t-shirt on. I see her packing the buses with the backpacks, and there are so many carts coming out of your building this morning.
Absolutely, it's phenomenal to see all the carts filled to the brim with backpacks for children around Allegheny County. So we're so pleased to have this great day and have all the volunteer support that we have from Citizens colleagues and homeless children education volunteers, and just, you know, a great neighborhood and community event.
It truly is, and Citizens Bank is such a great neighbor. Tell me the process of getting all the stuff in, packing the backpacks, and then getting them on the buses out to the kids.
Absolutely. It is definitely a good, you know, a large undertaking, and again, we couldn't do it without the support of our colleagues and again, all of the volunteers who help us. But it's about 3 weeks of donating and collecting supplies around our retail branches, and then that comes here to our headquarters building, and we have, again, volunteer efforts for 3 days total, where we sort all the supplies and we start to literally stuff the backpacks. And then today it all culminates with the loading up of the school buses.
Keith Alves is here. He's a senior vice president with Citizens Bank. Keith, tell me how meaningful this is, not just being a corporate partner to the community, but being a neighbor to the community for Citizens Bank.
Sure. I mean, when you think of the people most in need, I think one of the statistics that Danielle shared with us during the program is the average American family spends about $600 a year on back to school, just on supplies. And when you think of where these kids are at from their family situation, this is a big deal, the ability to afford not used supplies, but new supplies. And I've got to tell you, I loaded a few up there, even though I'm not dressed too good for it. Those are heavy bags. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I'm sure it makes the kids very happy. I mean, I can remember when I was back in school, it's the start of a new year, new adventures, you're thinking about that, and to be able to start not worried about, do I have a tablet, do I have a backpack, do I have the proper supplies? I could just imagine if I was going through that when I was a kid. It's a big deal for these kids.
And this goes right to the grassroots, right to the neighborhoods, right to the kids here in Pittsburgh and Allegheny County that need it the most.
That's right. And we've had a great partnership with the Homeless Children Education Foundation. A number of our leadership folks over the years, from Ralph Papa, our retired chair, myself and others have participated on the board in lots of volunteer activities, and it's been a great partnership for the 8 years with the Gears for Grades.
Keith, thank you. Danielle, how many Citizens Bank employees have been a part of this? Has this been a bank-wide thing?
Oh, absolutely. In the hundreds, we've had our colleagues, again, from the start, where they're either talking to clients at the retail branches, telling them about the Gear for Grades program, all the way to the end stage of stuffing the backpacks. So literally hundreds of colleagues. They've always warmly embraced this program, and they look forward to it every year.
Well, Keith has his coat and tie on, but he's dressed properly, if you ask me. I know you have the green T-shirt on, and I'm holding up the loading of the buses, so I need to have you get back to work to do this, right?
That sounds good to me, Chris.
We'll let you go then. Danielle and Keith, thank you so much. And thank you, Citizens Bank, for your greatness and your kindness in the Gear for Grades project, benefiting the Homeless Children's Education Fund with 1320 WJAS.